Why does God allow pain and suffering? It's the question that lingers in hospital rooms. It's the cry after tragedy strikes. It's the ache we feel in our own hearts. And the Bible does not silence this question. Job cries out. The Psalms lament. Even Jesus wept. But God does give us an answer. Not shallow, not quick, but deep and full of hope. God is sovereign. Nothing is outside his rule. In Isaiah, God says he forms light and creates darkness. In Romans, we're told that all things work for the good of those who love him. So even our pain, even our tears, are not random, not meaningless. They are in the hands of a wise, a sovereign, a good God. But why is the world broken? Why is there pain at all? In Genesis, sin entered through Adam, and with sin came death, decay, disaster, disease. This world groans, and we groan with it. But God did not turn away. He stepped in. In the Gospels, we see Jesus, the eternal Son of God, enter our pain. He suffered with us, and he suffered for us. On the cross, he bore the curse so that death would not have the final word. But what about now? Why does God let his people redeemed in Christ still suffer? The Bible shows us his purposes. In Romans, suffering produces endurance. Endurance produces character. Character produces hope. In 2 Corinthians, it says, God comforts us so we can comfort others. And in John, Jesus explains that a man was born blind, not because of sin, but so the works of God would be displayed in him. So suffering is not wasted. It becomes the stage where God's glory shines, and it loosens our grip on this world. In Philippians, Paul says, to live is Christ and to die is gain. Suffering reminds us our true home is not here. It is with Christ. But the greatest answer is the cross. Think about it. The most unjust suffering in history was the suffering of Jesus. Perfect, sinless, holy, despised, rejected, beaten, crucified, and yet through his suffering came our salvation. If God can turn the darkest day of history into the fountain of eternal joy, then he can be trusted with your pain, with mine. So why does God allow pain and suffering? Not because he is absent, not because he is powerless, but because he is sovereign, because he is wise, because he is working for his glory and for our everlasting joy in him. Suffering is real. Tears are real, but none of it is wasted. And one day, he will wipe away every tear. Death will be no more. The story will end in joy. Until then, we trust him. We weep with hope, and we cling to the cross, knowing that pain and suffering do not have the last word. God does.